Hello, peeps. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's your girl, Ozie Ejiofor. Ijele, if you've never taken me seriously, please let this particular topic find you well. I'll be tilting slightly from Igbo to English. Maka ife anyị na-akpa dị very delicate. So, you know, like I would always say, I have a problem with having a long distant relationship, but that I do not like it doesn't mean it does not happen. It does happen. At least we've tried one or two. But here is the thing, and this is some home truth that a lot of people shy away from. Some know it, but they do not want to embrace it. Some do not know it, they need to be told. Some, even when they are told, because of the modalities, seem not to even understand it because they are not in the system. Here is also another thing. The women who are marrying guys who live abroad would really, really need to open their ears very well today, Monday, to hear this, because they would need to choose between their marriage being steady or luring back their husbands into the country so that he comes back and not be able to do anything and stay here with them and start hustling like us. They would need to choose one. It's either they're willing to adapt and continue to cope until, for some husbands who want to bring them over, succeeds in filing for them and bringing them over, or they lure their men into coming back home and coming to be like us, who will continually hustle and just feed from hand to mouth. Because you may not be able to cope. There is another thing. For a man who left Nigeria and travels abroad to go and make ends meet so that meat will not end, your simple common sense should even tell you that koizi rara. If you're not able to succeed as a Nigerian living in Nigeria to feed well 3 square meal a day, you're finding it difficult to even feed well and buy stuff from various markets well. Can you please think it through? A man or a woman who leaves her home or his home and moves abroad to go and start hustling in a land that he hardly knows anybody, in a land that he does not speak their language, for some who suffer language barriers, in a land that he has no brother or sister, in a land that his mother or father is not even existing in those lands. Men, as a wife, you need to really sit down and really call yourself for a meeting to properly understand what it means to relocate to another man's land and be able to walk and start learning languages and start studying to fit in the system There is a system. The reason for this video is for the women to understand that there is a system that is different from the Nigerian system back here. And that system is what I'm about explaining. Then you go abroad, you need to, if you studied law, you need to go there and begin to decipher what tribes. As you're thinking through, you're enrolling yourself into learning new skill or new education so that you will blend into the system first. Then, you're not talking housing. You may be in a camp where you've accepted to be an adro, an asylum. You're struggling to make sure that the lies that you cooked up, no na adaba. Like I said, I'll be doing this paripasu. Then, as much as negocia, you finish studying, you're going to start scouting and begin to learn the system of what works and what does not work. Because your stupid mentality down here in Nigeria and go abroad, everything is anew. Old things have passed away. And until you become anew, you will not even sink into the system. I'm sorry. That aside. A white woman, of course, we all know that the much more easier way of being onyobodo is by acceptance, marriage of asa that will nyelogaka to get what it takes ibu onyobodo. So that's why when you see men who are not married to ndocha to be able to nweta akwụkwọ, obu na ọ na-eriju afọ, ifu ya epiachari ya ozigbo ko easy o. That aside, when you get this answer, two things are involved. Women can na agwakwa okwu a ndụ na-anụ di ndị obodo oyibo. When you get an asa onye obodo whom you are willing to gini ya nodo ka ịma ma okwu ya ekwu okwukwu, two things are involved. Is either you come straight and plain and express yourself nkebe eziokwu truthfully. The girl either say okay, n'ikwule eziokwu n'okwe, she's accepted, or that you still are suffering the lies you've cooked up and then cook another lie again. And when you went obie, you didn't tell her she will accept you wholeheartedly. Na no go as a dear. What's up then next? These are some stories that our women down here hardly know about. And it's a different thing. Nibu a big girl, Jemwo obodo yibo solo, even before marriage. It's an entirely different thing. Than you've never been to obodo yibo, and you're willing to now make your husband bring you over to obodo yibo. And he's not saying no, he's not gonna bring you over. Mana, he needs to first of all gallant well first before bringing someone over. A lot of our guys n'obodo oyibo will not even give you their address kiweme application because they will not even tell you that they've got an address for you to even do a visa application. Just raise a hotel reservation. It will be better for them that way. That aside. Now, the lady who is married here will Either be told again two things, the truth or half truth. If you're told the truth, get cordial to accept whether you want the truth to continually be sinking down your ears or you want to hear what you think they want you to hear. Because a lot of women down here are not hearing the appropriate thing that they should hear because they are not listening. They truly are not listening. Right? And trust me, you cannot even talk to someone who is not listening. That's the truth. Nkebe. I'm coming. So, it's either you want the truth or you will be told what they think you want to hear. If you want the truth, truth will come. No, if you want to hear what they think you want to hear, then they will tell you what they think you want to hear that will appease your spirit. And then you will hear it. Everybody, day or day. We are married, we're married, so no problem. That one aside. It's now left for you to be comfortable with you as a married woman and with the new married woman. Your husband now is in a dilemma between nwunye na abo and ronono n'onezi. But in your head, you know neighbor aside original. In your head too, awagogi na onye abo onye eji gbazu afia. So, it's either you're sinking this down a little more and have some peace, or na bagari zuzuru unata di, then he comes back to Nigeria and we all begin afresh here as hustlers. Again, let's move to the paper formula. A lot of women who are married down here hardly know the processes of processing a marriage visa. Kadigi we file for you to come over, either for a permanent stay or for holiday. A lot of women down here do not know the process. Look, it's a long thing, oh. It's a very long process. So I'm going to be giving you an analysis of how long it will take. For instance, your husband comes into a country where he knows no one. He stays in the country for at least 2 years if he quickly enrolls to study. And then in 2 years, he may be done with just a diploma or a certification course, maybe 2 or 3, or 2, okay, near 2. Then he imbibes in the system, then starts looking for one, gets one, once the woman accepts him. He marries her. Of course, she knows the reason she's been married to him. Umenunwa initial garagara for another year, that's 3 years. Then she would see that it's only her. He had to work at the bargain. Then she would start thinking of filing for him. it will take at least 1 year or 2. We're talking 5 years now. Obulonyo obodo. He will remain in that country. He goes nowhere. That's another part that the guys over there cannot even tell their wives down here. Now, how was it for a given kind of time before they are able to come into or move into any other country? Now, he will remain there at least 2 years as Onyobodo. At least 2 years as Onyobodo. We're talking 7 years now. Except it's so quick. Go outrightly. But otherwise, you're going to be kidding yourself. Then maybe at the 6th year, you begin to think about filing for Unyegu. And you must have told your onyocha, ni mkwara wanyo nambada, ni mwekwere umu nambada. Otherwise, you're going to be looking for a way to divorce onyoche nolano, so that she can at least leave you alone while you stay by yourself. Then you will be able to begin to make a move to inviting your own wife and kids. Normal. You don't put yourself for high jump because you're going to be paying 2 bills. Peradventure, the onyocha has a child for you. Or uneke property. Then, as you're filing for your family down here in Nigeria, you are not telling your wife and children how long it's going to take for only file as wife to be able to scale through name processes. And it has to go through those processes. It's not like Nigeria where everything goes. So it's even the men who are doing this, and sometimes the women who refuses to understand what it is. Because once you refuse to understand what it is, it may flow to Z. Even it gets to a point that your family members will tell you, you're not going anywhere because nothing has been done. Therefore, when he starts filing some documents for you, remember, it doesn't start just once and ends once. Various processes. In another 2 months, they will call to demand for this. In another 3 months, they will come to demand for this. And as they are demanding, you're bringing, they are also verifying. It's not like the previous where everything goes. To the point of your name, they verify it now. They have various portals on the internet. They just key it in or bar. The same thing with everything you've tendered. Remember, you're struggling as an Aduro Iriri. The lies that accompanied it before somebody came to marry you. You're struggling with that. Somehow. Then you're struggling with the divorce that you just took with your wife. God willing, where you can invite another. But this time it will be easier. Women who are married to guys down here, it's not a joke. Hold on. It's not a joke. So, when you hear your husband saying, I am doing something so that you people can come over, both yourself and your children, please do not think that he's just saying that for saying sakes. or that he doesn't want you at all to come in, or that he's just been wasting time so that you will forget about coming in. Nobody is enjoying the absentialism of two married adults being apart. One name of an conjibu bastard. Ada fukwa dume na obodo yibo. All the scars. Awe no mbosi na-ekwu na dume niile na America na akajie. Akajie ojibadue pam. So if nwoke no na konji ma na konji bu bastard. Ọ na-eme ka Rottweiler ka nkịta ara. So it's not like they do not want to bring you over, or they deliberately have kept you in Nigeria to continually No, that's not it. That's not it at all. It's just that the processes of bringing in a wife into another man's country for onye ejire ego is cumbersome. Very cumbersome. For onye ji ego, it's slightly less cumbersome. Once you know about legitimately. And if you want to try that legitimately, you will be in that country for 2 years. You're not going to travel to anywhere, depending on the country. For 2 years, as an EG, permanent residence permit. For 2 years, he may be in a as only again permanent residence or citizenship. But all the while, even just Canada. I don't know for other countries and how many years that you have to work and stay there and not travel to anywhere. So when your woman is saying, come home, she's missing you, please do well to explain these processes for her. Or possibly share this message to all the women that you know whose husbands are living abroad, so that they will understand that it's not like their husbands do not want to bring them over. Come on, do you understand? It's not as easy as it sounds and as your men make it sound. It's not at all as easy as it sounds. People like me, but I don't know anybody in Canada. Therefore, I haven't thought it wise to even go. I'll come go for 3 years or 4 But because of these processes that I have sat down to read about and learn and listen to people talk about, Emana, you will not just kwakorongongo and vamoose. You can imagine living well down home, being a professional broadcaster down home, being very okay with yourself, feeling well, eating well, drinking well, going and gallivanting well to wherever you want to go to. Then because name will a greener pasture somewhere else, then you know kata zoom. Then you go there and go and start afresh. If I didn't have a child, I'll give it a shot. But having a child, where do I begin from? So I need a human being who will say, Ozzy, come. It's doable. So that's what it is. And that's why I took time to read about this movement of marriage, marital wives over abroad. Or mbenefe. No be being so. No be being so. And I repeat, if you see a man who did not marry onyocha, if we are just to salute oye, easy. So women who are marrying guys who are abroad should not give ears to the things that are happening down here, at home here. Please, do not give room to the things that are happening down here, so that you don't go and suffer for nothing. Because a lot of people who are your family members will not even tell you that this is what is. They will just think that your husband is doing this deliberately and does not want you to come over. And for some people, your husband is as real and genuine as telling you what's up. Like, he will tell you, this woman that I am married to, I let her know that I am married back home. When your chama na back home and accepts the man, I don't think them were a salad okay. When you are able to tell an onyocha that you have a wife back home, and the onyocha accepts it and says, oh, I like you because you're truthful, and says, no problem, I'll help you, and you can at least, your wife can visit. The only thing is, you're not going to frolic around ndochandozo. I think there is no open check bigger than that. And where are there any open check that is bigger than that? So it's a plus. And this has affected the mentality of our white girls abroad. Our white girls abroad, to the point that a lot of them, when a man approaches them, because they just feel the reason the guy is approaching them is not obodo. They don't even think about giving love a chance, or thinking about settling down well, or thinking about this or that. They just think that the reason this guy is coming to me now is because not obodo. So they withhold their akuko obodo and keep just having fun with the guy until the day they want to trap with the guy. Then they leave him and move away to the next. What's wrong, Mobu not akuko obodo, and you're able to do that? What's wrong with that? Or illiterate, mota graduate. What's wrong with that, really? Mobu na ifolo a young entrant, nidiri soccer, nidiri imago a shoulder to rest on, or and you're single, and or maybe you're divorced. What's wrong with helping the young guy to settle? So it's a problem. So in Nigeria who are married to guys who live abroad, if our women abroad are not willing to even take the guys in or help the guys, onyocha, they're willing to take the guy in and help the guy. I think all he needs from you is a bit of loyalty and patience, because you're going to miss him for at least 5 years. No two ways about it. Believe me, you're going to at least miss your husband for at least 5 years. Is the truth. So it's something that you need to put in your heart. Before you and behind you. Great. Thank you. Chineye Scholastica. Thank you so much. I appreciate. Thank you so much. You know, so it's something that you need to put in front of you, behind you, beside you, everywhere around you, to know that it's not like your husband does not want to bring you overseas, but that the process of bringing a wife overseas is very cumbersome, except he has settled himself first. That's the only way he can bring you in as onyobodo. And he has to be paying his taxes. He has to really be paying his taxes. He cannot even achieve that if they find him wanting in anything. From Ebon Alolo, they will look at his loyalty and his consistency in paying all the accrued taxes that he requires to pay. To parking lots, to everything, to lights, to water, to gas, everything. So, if you're married to some guy abroad, take it easy on him. So ihe nna ya owu iwere na akwa ndidi kwa haya yiri kuwe. If it's possible, yes, it's possible. He is going to make it work. Obodo will eventually give you a permit to come over. de ka nwunye anụrụ anụ. In fact, the onyocha he is marrying, if he told her the truth, the onyocha will help facilitate your coming in. But if he lied to her, the onyocha will help in frustrating your coming in. That's why in Jisunu no nere isinabo. If he eventually divorces the onyocha, then he's free. Still, when court sagas, it will be glaring that he actually divorced the onyocha just to bring his real wife in. And if the onyocha peradventure states clearly that she didn't know you were married in your homeland before tricking her into marrying you, Bible. So these are processes that people take for granted. Ndocha de hoka ye na ase so ase. Na ase bu onwa aye na ase even nke iji gengem otu a ọ na aya so ahye. Odiro otu a over there. So women who are married to guys who live abroad, I know a lot of you have not even seen your men in 2 years, in 3 years, some 5 years, some 7 years. I don't know about 8 years and 10 years, but for any reason in the world, it's not right. But in order to bring you over and your children over, it could be that long. Mobu no onye just to anyo obodo oyibo newly. So tiri and no obioma. If you have a problem, tiri obioma. If you tio biojo to your problem, unsobu a Bible. Yena ya insobu yena yo biojo. So yes, it's doable, but it's a long thing. The girls down here, I see a lot of women who litter the guys. Like they cannot wait anymore. They just leave the guys, they weren't go jetting in a court. Cinda will take it back to the family. I'm done with this marriage. I'm marrying someone I do not know. I'm marrying someone who just got me pregnant and went back to his base. He's not coming back. He's not asking questions. He's just sending money. I know sometimes those monies are frustrating, but trust me, it's not so ideal. Because the guy did not even tell you everything crystal clear, like I'm doing it for you now. That's why you do not understand a thing. Why a man should leave you for up to 5, 6, 7 years without coming back and without telling you why he cannot come back. Is the truth. So some women litter the guy and go marry someone else. Some litter the guy and go marry their friends, the friend of the guy. Some litter the guy and marry the brother of the guy. So you see, me, I'm 40. So I cannot do those kind of drama. That's why you must begin to groom yourself early enough in life. Because if the woman who's been married here had the modalities of traveling by herself, she could just treat herself as with a visiting visa and go there, flex her man for 1 month. It won't be a big problem for her. But some guys will not even tell the woman that it's doable. You can be coming until iha daliquate. Right? So it's like that. As a girl, if you're able, you can travel. In fact, you can travel to anywhere that you like. You are know the country your man no. And even to make it smoother, you can travel to a neighboring country. If your papers are on the way and at the verge of being cleared. So let the guys also educate their women that there are modalities for doing this that could work well. In case no name is Zigogo that she wants to dump you and move to the next available man whom she is seeing. Because really, na nudita na twimechi, na chep weekend, na mupongwa uzibozibongwa nechi. I don't have time for nonsense to wait for anybody. It's the truth for me. So a lot of women litter these guys and move to the next person because na time nwanyị na-aga aga and okwesigo ịmụ nwa. And if you're not forthcoming, how do you explain that? Ogie gacha ilita kwa ya jenu onye ọzọ, you litter her and go marry someone else. So guys who live abroad, this is an opportunity. You can correct me, there is no problem. You can say some more, there is also no problem. I can help post it if you say some more. But your wives who live in Nigeria and you live abroad needs to see this video so that they will understand that it's not like you don't intend to bring them over, but name with procedures. And they are not jumpable procedures. They are bylaws, they are rules, they are regulations of the country. Push them to read in the portals of the country to which you are. Let the wife read. See, Biko, I'm sending you a link so that if for the process of a man bringing his wife or family or children over, can you go the procedures, can you go the requirements, can you go how long it takes to be able to achieve that. I'm sure when you do that way, when you're telling her it's remaining 2 years, the papers approximately may take 2 years max, and it works. Except they want to deny you because you're not doing the prerequisites as onye been over. But otherwise, women, calm down. Dear, just calm down. It's not a deliberate thing that your husband does not want to bring you abroad. It's not deliberate. It's just that they will do well procedures. And if you, as much as being told the truth, play along. Me, I have a problem with Indibi Obodoyibo. I know. Play along. Mary Ebele. Ona anu onye ọcha, Mary Ebele. Obu every time you na pokasia onye ọcha adizie distressed. Obu every time you send all those nonsense. The onye ọcha begins, obu onye ọcha de clingy. She begins to peel his phones and snoop and start seeing things. What if he hadn't told her already? No, no, go on. Also, be truthful. Tell the girls that you're marrying overseas that you have a wife back home. And if you haven't had a wife, also remind them that your culture requires that you marry from your home. There's nothing wrong with that. Who loves you, loves you. Who love you, the person go there. Tell the white ladies that we can be together, but I think I have a problem that I need to share with you. No matter how long I stay here, one day I need to go back to my father's home. One day I need to go and marry from my tribe. There are Ndocha who are willing to even come back home with you. When an Onyocha is willing to come back home with you, what else can you nacho? What else can you nacho? Munye bu munye, nwa bu nwa. Enwere nke isi ojii na nke isi ọcha. The only difference is that ụmụ ndị ọcha ya ha ekwe nọdụ na Nigeria na otiri gwogo. They won't allow, they will not even be here. They will not stay. They will go back, fiam. And then you beat them, ona. And then you scold them anyhow, ona. So you know, that's the only difference. But if they love you like Nwanyocha and her family, who have imbibed and really nationalized in Nigeria, and with dual citizenships, you know that, you don't even need to stress. It's just that our thinking and mentality are two separate ways. They are not the same at all. But if you can deal with it, why not? Deal with it. No problem. So, guys, the young ladies who are married to guys who live abroad, a lot of them get a Ferrari because they're not seeing their men. It's so frustrating that I cannot grab my man. Nobody can touch light, nothing. For years, man, now. You know? But they no be wood. The girls will gallivant everywhere. A lot of guys have divorced their wives overseas because no jelena dume or no. What do you think? What do you make of that? We're not encouraging infidelity, but we're saying, if she can go visiting, why don't you do her a visitor's visa? And you have some peace. It's not a must that she will come over with the children and come over. She can go holidays with the children and you'll be seeing them steady. So save the moment, safeguard this. Let everything work well. Divorce her career and And that's why I went to understand. I wanted to understand the reasons why guys do not pick their wives and go when immediately after they've married them. I realized it's not easy. You ask questions, you get replies. Easy. You know? So please, long distance relationship. If you can, why not? In fact, it works well for some people, for toxic people. While for some others, it just does not augur well with them. Especially, it just doesn't augur well with them. And girls, remember, a lot of girls who discuss their men, you talk and talk overboard. You don't know where to draw the line. Your girlfriends usually go behind and grabs your husband. Serious you don't even know what's happening. You don't know that your girlfriend is really strafing on camera with your man. Because you've talked and hyped your husband's and it's sexy, it's this, is that. And the girl goes behind to go and touchlight your husband. The guy, go or the loyal, the sharp, so, Kim, marry your man, marry your husband. If you're willing to stay, stay. If you cannot cope, do not even engage marrying onye bi obodo Igbo. Osa ya akaria. Nwe ihe onye no n'obodo Igbo aya ihe nye nwu na Nigeria. Instead, ọ na-agbaka nkwo ya agbaka ngwo. That's all. But if na your husband n'obodo Igbo na-agbara ka nkwo, na-agbara ka ngwo, relax now. If you bring him back to Nigeria, can you cope? I doubt if you can. If you eventually bring him back to Nigeria, you aren't going to cope. You cannot cope. For 1 month, you'll be looking for, come and go. You would ask him, you will not even know when you asked him the question. It's the truth. So, please, the guys who also marry white people overseas, be that as it may. You know, and also remind them na akaga no pawanye no dode. Na akaga no wanye no. Even if anu chagodu nke ndocha. You know, if you have money, ni ga emenwu akwụkwọ via onye ọcha ikwuo ya ụgwọ man or contract. Ojebele onwe gị. But all nature here, nature, the long thing. Do the long thing, do it responsibly. So that your wife down here will also relax. Mana, dimu my honeme. Always communicate. Tell them this has happened, this hasn't happened. I got this mail, they said this. This is the time bound, this is the timeline, this is what they are requesting, this is what you need to get. Communicate with your wife down here. So that na this thing processes. No, not just to make any. Please, I beg you. It's important. So, obodo Igbo, abroad marriage. Onye ogaziri nyangwara mba. Jisini ike. Yes. Is there anything else? No, nothing else. No, nothing else. So I'll end this session here. My name is Ozie Ejiofor. On all social media platforms at Ijele Solid, Christiana Oziome Ejiofor. If you follow me through, I'll be glad. If you like my page, I'll be happy. If you hug me on YouTube at Ijele Solid Christiana Oziome Ejiofor, I'll be very happy as well. If you dash me money for saying the truth, I'll be happy. If you block me, ketepa ababo, because emane eziokwu ka nnekwu. Don't block me. Ketepa ababo. I love you. Have a beautiful Monday, guys, and peace out. And the ladies down here, enjoy your marriage. Add some fun. Diga de fwe, ogunwe, where ended. Ona anata. Oh, I love you all.